yesterday, what they used to say when we were younger, say children of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So, it's very important that when you see young people, you encourage them. With or without you, they will still get there. Yeah. But it is important that you just add that to little effort. We'll still be here with or without whatever you did together there. Oh, but really? Then you contribute your share and it'll just be there for you that look, like you just said it now, and people are hearing for the first time. So Ernest also well committed to and all of that.
I was that very young, calm man.
Yeah, but to be honest, when you see somebody, won't believe us, but me, you're going to keep on doing with that up until now. So it's very encouraging, and I want to congratulate you as well for keeping the spirit flying and just keep doing well as well. So it's all good.
Thank you very much for the role you play. And, most times for teachers, for those who pave the way for us, there's no really any way we can pay them back. But just to continue to be, they want us to be.
That is correct. The great ambassadors of that particular thing that you do. That is correct.
Exactly. Well, welcome to Sports Drive once again. And, Ernest is into a program that I think we all should support. Unfortunately, it's not here in the FCT, but I think whatever it is, it's into the development of youth, and it has to do with athletics. Alongside, Clem Foundation, they are bringing up athletes, across Enugu State.
Southeast, generally.
Yeah. The last time they did something in conjunction with the Enugu State Federation, that was the first edition, right?
That is the edition, that is correct. Okay. Even the second edition was with the Enugu State Athletics Federation. Clement Chukwu, he's a team that won Nigeria's gold medal in the 400 meters in the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games.
Yes, that we never forget.
That is correct. Clement Chukwu was a part of that. So he's the leader of a group of former athletes who won the Southeast track and field under 16 zone championship, which they are hoping to escalate to the whole federation as time goes on. This one coming up is the edition. We've done it, and you've been supporting all the time.
Yes, it's my duty.
We've done it within the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. The first time, that was in 2021. That's correct. And in 2022, there was a second one. We couldn't use the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium because of logistic challenges, and so we moved to the mini stadium of University of Nigeria and Nsukka. It was held. And for this year, magnanimously, Abia State government has welcomed us, so we'll be doing it at the Ogbia Township Stadium, starting from 12th to the 15th.
So what exactly, brought up this idea?
Well, the great athletics coach in Nigeria, Tobias Igwe, we lost him some years ago.
Yes.
And the process of that, Clement Chu invited some of his former athletics colleagues, Southeast, Glorialo, I think Ubelu, Believe, Okorafo.
Sorry, Ubelu was also part of that team, that quartet that won the gold medal.
Ubelu was not a part of it. Ubelu does the short sprints. That is good. He does the short sprints before he left us. Yes, he had already even was representing Portugal already. So at the time, Tobias, he would have won Glory Allos. But I held a virtual meeting with them because I've had a long-standing relationship with Clement Chukwu for many years as a sports reporter. So they together and they said that they wanted to do something for Tobias Igwe's wife. So they raised some, rented a shop for her, paid for 2 or 3 years, and bought some goods in the. So it was after they did that they said, look, Edo and the Deltas are dominating athletics in Nigeria now. And when Tobias Igwe, who mentored us, was there, it was the Southeast. What is going on? So there is the need for us to, let me be Nigeria, but for now, let's go to the Southeast. If we can resurrect that old way of raising athletes from the Southeast. So that's how they started. At the end of the day, it fell down on only 5 of them remaining. That's Clement Chukwu. Leo Kurafo used to be a decade, represented Nigeria at the Commonwealth and all of that. Then there's, of course, Mbauda, who's based there in Australia. Clement is based in the US. He's based in the UK. He's actually in the Royal Air Force. Then, of course, there's Mike Okaha, who is a civil servant in Germany, and there's Inos Iheme, he's also a civil servant in the US.
So they are not
rich people that have taught them to where they are. Some of them make even a big name in Nigeria, but they just feel, look, it is true that we need to give back something to our society. So,
well, I know a lot of people have this kind of dream also to give back. How difficult has it been? How have you guys been able to eventually come together, including yourself, to eventually say, we need to start? What did you need at that point to start?
Look, it's difficult. Look, it's not as easy as it sounds like that. Very, very difficult because they push back from family members, the system, and even within athletics family in Nigeria. I tell you the amount of feedback Clement has received. I remember a colleague of mine who was working TA when a former minister heard they were reporting this event. He threatened the DG to sack I don't want to go into all of that. So there's a lot of family members who are not happy. These guys are based abroad. The monies they're supposed to send to them to eat, buy cars and things like that, you are using groom children and you make them to be running around and all of that. So Bumi, it is not easy. Like now, I'll be away from family for some days and your wife is asked questions. Your children are complaining. Where's the money you're going to bring from there? Because there is no money attached to it. We're even happy just to keep these children. All these 1,000 children, all that, camp them, feed them. At the end of the first edition, there was no prize money, and people criticized it. So this guy put aside maize, up to 20,000, 30,000 naira for gold medals, 20,000 for silver, 10 for bronze. And look, for all the events. Of course, there's been support from the Ezima brothers. They look at anybody who wins gold in 100 meters, will give them this 50,000 naira. There's been some support like that from people, but the back has been much, Bumi. Not everybody sees the positive thing you are doing and want to support it. Like here in Abuja, you are my colleague, Bumi, and you have me here. We are talking about this. There are a lot of our colleagues who are in sports reporting. I sense the stories. Okay, just give me a little space. They say it has collected thousands or millions of and there's a media concern and they want me to write a free story. These are the challenges you face. They don't even know that you're doing it selflessness.
Well, being someone who mentored and, also coached myself, so I know we need to give back, and I also know we need to support the next generation, because if we don't do, when we are older than this, we'll sit back with nothing to really watch or, support. And that's where we'll find ourselves. Those who were supposed to do something, when we're not, maybe it was not.
That is exactly the truth. Some of us who self-trained, we groomed ourselves to where we are. Paid school fees for yourself in secondary school, in university. Look, everybody's coming to claim you today. But why? You come out as something at least. You've made a name, you've made something of yourself. There are a lot of our colleagues who went astray. So it is important. If you go to this, we are talking about iPod, ESN, mass. These children that we've been grooming in the last years, Bumi, do you think they're going to learn that? No. They're going to be separated from that and have a future. No, when they see Clement Chukwu, Olympic gold medalist from the US, is here with us, they want to be like that.
Exactly.
And it's a dream.
And nothing, gives you this belief that you can achieve something more than when you see someone who has done it before.
That is absolutely correct. And that is exactly what I'm trying to call it. Look, it is not you don't think about it first all the time. And it's a problem we have in the country. Anything people want to do, the thing you're asking is, what is a need for me? And look, we need to change that mentality. That the societies that we do about, that we envy, Switzerland, people lay the foundation selflessly for those societies to be the way they are. And since our own parents and forebears they do it, the job falls on us to do it now. We are responsible to do that for the future generation. And I think people need to understand that.
Exactly. Well, Abuja, we have Ernest Ogbe right here in the studio. He's a journalist, but today he's into track and field, trying to give back to the society alongside the Clem Foundation. He'll be telling us more about the upcoming program, which is for the whole of the nation, but starting from the southeast region, where they are to produce the likes of Olusoji, Ashuba, and the likes of it, who will inevitably go on to affect the whole of their community. Don't forget, I have this paper right here. We'll be going through the points in the newspapers, and let me quickly tell you, the Super Eagles camp is open. We understand a couple of players are in. That's ahead of the game between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, which comes up on Friday. Well, it will be 5 p.m. Nigeria time, but quickly, let me reel out names of players that are already in camp. That's in football: Uzoho Francis, Eboe, Bright, Jordan Torunariga, Omeru, Ajayi, Basi, Awaziem, Bruno, Ndidi, Onyedika, Ari, Iwobi, Chukwueze, Simon, Luman, Osime, Sadiq, Boniface, all are in camp. While today, some have been expected, about 3 of them, Onyeka, Hiacho, and Fisayo, being expected. Unconfirmed arrival dates to Leke Ujo, Leye, Dibayo. These are the 2 players that are yet when they will be in camp. Nigeria, on
it's not even that. It's very important. Like you said, look, regular competition helps you hone your skills. As long as the national team keeps coming up, they don't need to win. It doesn't have to be Argentina or Brazil they are playing. Being together all the time creates a synergy in the players. When they're in camp, you make friends. When the midfielder and the star become friends and he understands him better, it becomes easier to make that killers, like you sports reporters call it, that will result in a goal.
The killer pass.
That is correct. It becomes easier, because people are complaining that Man City is not playing well because the guy is not there to lay passes for Haaland. It was from being together that they developed that relationship. So for the players to be coming together, being in camp 3-4 days together, laughing together, you make friends. Very, very important. Okay. Very important.
All right, can we take headlines from the Nigerian Tribune? Osimhen, Napoli, fresh deal hangs. Italian, says Italian expert. No rivalry between Vardy, says Iheanacho. Tottenham's Uji, good as midfielder, says Italian coach. All right, give more details about the event coming in Abia State.
Well, it's about a track and field. We just limited it to the field. 100, 200, 400, 800, 1,500, long jump, high jump. Yeah, was no triple jump. There's not been triple jump. Yes, we meet it. Then sometimes, like first edition, we had a contingent from Plateau. Then the last edition, last year, we had a contingent from Ondo State. So we're hoping that maybe another team from any of the country.
When are we going to have contingents from FCT?
It depends on the relationship between the organizers, these former athletes, and the ethics people within each state. Clement grew up in Plateau State, so he had a relationship with them.
But now we have you in the FCT.
That is good.
So have a relationship in the FCT.
Yeah, but the athletic people in the FCT, I don't think they recognize the fact that maybe there is something they benefit from. Yeah, so it's, so that's what we're saying about relationships and synergies. You need to see people and understand that no matter how small, you may just have something to benefit from them. So you just keep a good relationship.
All right. Abuja, you can join the show 07009510000. You can also send messages on supporter 08099930137. Prefer to play as a striker, says Gabriel Jesus. Hazard retired from football at 32. Quite you. Bellingham sets 10-year goal record with England. Oh, wow, that's incredible. Well,
absolutely
incredible. Rounding off,
okay.
Say for time, is there other thing you want to add for us to understand or learn?
Yeah, the other thing I need to add is that in our country, I know some people are going to get angry when I say this. There is a challenge we have, mental challenge, and our people always say, "But roads are not good government. Food is not in the house government." So look, see, in good developed societies, government has only things to do: policy direction, infrastructure. The development of the country is that of the citizens. It is we, the citizens, our creativity. Every day now we're on this microphone. They're receiving us somewhere in the house or wherever. It is not government that radio. The first radio was built by an individual, creative. Facebook you're using, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram. So it is the creativity of Nigerians that will develop the country. If government has failed on its own path, don't use because of that to fail yourself. I don't know if you understand me, Bumi. You must do your own. In time to come, a day will come when the right persons that we are dreaming about will get into governance. Gradually, this landscape is changing. It is not overnight. One day, Nigeria will stand as a great nation, and those who are doing their best to contribute to making it grow will also stand. So let's keep working hard and doing our best only to niche. And someday, we'll have that great nation that we all dream and we all are yearning for.
Wow, big motivation this morning. Well, thank you very much, Ernest, for joining us on Sports Drive this morning.
The greatest thanks goes to you, of course, your team, and then, of course, I commend this radio station when I come here because see what they do for sports, giving sport more latitude to express itself and all of that. And it's very important because if you don't hear of people do something, you won't want to be that. Expressing that and letting people know that someone an Olympic gold and all of that, our children won't aspire to be that as well. So I want to thank you for giving me this time.
All right, thank you very much for joining. Quickly, let me see if I can take headlines from the Vanguard. Osimhen will be picked for Chelsea, says Mikel Obi. Napoli ready for swap deal with Jesus. Really? 23 AFCON draw. Eagles not scared of tough opponents, says Dosu. 5-point refs for Eagles Mozambique. Mbappe, Mata, Lampard paid to Hazard as he retires age 32. Okay. Iheanacho, I'm not competing with VAR. NPFL moves to curb ball boys time me antics. All the lines coming from the Vanguard. Well, Abuja, all we can take on Sports Drive this morning. So return again tomorrow, just some minutes after 9 a.m. every morning. And for once, it's a football frenzy from 12 noon all the way to 8 p.m. And this evening, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. the time for frenzy. Thank you once again, Ernest, for us.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is Nigeria Info.